Hello everyone, it's Wednesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Morayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my co-host with me. Hello, Nima Akashat Zubiri. How you doing?
Fine, thank you. So today is the Celebration Schools debate.
Yay!
Over there for, as judges. I love to do it. I think the secondary schools debate is one of the most intellectual things I've seen recently. And so I'm looking forward to today's one, especially the unexpected question segment where Waiki just throws a question and the children do not prepare for that debate, but then they're made to debate it and the best person then wins. I want to see that today.
You're going to be judging, right?
Yes.
You're going to be in the panel.
Yes.
Panel of judges.
Yes. I wasn't there last year, but I know that I heard it was really fun.
Yes.
I didn't get the information on time, but it's always an interesting experience to see when kids love to it. I hope I have convinced you. I'm not confused you. They come so prepared for this moment.
So excited.
How you doing, BC?
I'm doing
well. How is that matter you shared us? Is it resolved?
Well, it's not resolved, but I've just moved on from it. But I got a very bad call yesterday. A friend of mine, Mr. Kasme, who is a journalist, was lamenting that he was arrested by the police at about 12 a.m. when he was heading from the island to the mainland, and they took him to the police station. I think Akim Elu police station in Oshodi, and he was being tortured. He sent me pictures and videos of him being beaten. His ear was bleeding, and he kept telling them he was a journalist. Okay, they said he has to write a statement for movement in the night. And he's saying, I can't write a statement if you don't tell me what the crime is.
Movement in the night?
I don't understand. Is there no freedom of movement anymore? So it was really, in fact, when I saw the video yesterday, it was really painful. And so
let's hope the PPRO
will say something about this. Yes.
Movement. He's a journalist with
LTV.
So
we have to do something about this. Is not fair. But he's threatening to sue because he doesn't. Yes, his lawyer has come to bail him out.
I mean, it's sad
I don't know.
These things still happen. One side, the police is trying to equip the police, trying to clean up this, and there's some others also bringing it down. Because you're cleaning up one side, maybe the information is not getting around. Because I don't understand why you stop somebody for moving at night.
But they took him to the police station, and the DPO refused him to be released till he makes a statement. For movement in the night. I've never heard that before.
There are always two sides to every story.
Yeah,
so
of course.
Definitely hear from that. So for me, it's just also Wednesday, and I'm really happy to be part of the celebration. So celebration has officially started. After today, there'll be other activities. I'm looking forward. They usually have the summit,
the debate,
symposium.
Yeah. So this one is the school's debate. The Monday one is the debate and symposium. So you have international, important persons.
Yeah.
Issues.
And then the party part of it,
But there's another party coming.
The concert.
Yes.
The concert.
I'll be looking forward to that
back
one.
To back.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Look, Mikey always sorts us out.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on a break. When we return, we go through the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. PDP crisis. BOT's move to unite Atiku Wike collapses. Access Bank acquires majority stake in Angolan bank. FG registers ASUU's breakaway faction CONUA. World Bank predicts 1% reduction in Nigeria's growth. NNPC Nigeria owes NNPCL 1.3 trillion naira, Kyari alleges. Police Commission okays dismissal of 7 officers. And pay rise coming for Lagos workers, says Sanwo-Olu. All right, which picture are we starting with?
Catch me when the Oga Kwata, I don't know what his new position is. Okay, now he's the CEO of NNPC. Mele Kyari said that in answering to the non-remittances, he said that the NNPC is not owing the country. The country is owing NNPC 1.3 trillion naira. And
What's again?
yes, it was before the House Committee on. The Senate Joint Committee on Petroleum Downstream and Petroleum Upstream and Gas in Abuja, and he was answering them that we're not owing you. The country is owing NNPC 1.3 trillion. I read through the story back to back to understand how these debts arose, or how come we're now owing an entity that's supposed to have been a revenue generating company for us over the years, and just this year became a limited company. But then he didn't have answers, and then he went on to talk about the oil theft, how they have been clamping down, how Nigeria is losing 600,000 barrels per day, and how they are clamping down. They've clamped down on 395 illegal refineries. They've deactivated them. They've destroyed about 274 reservoirs. And some 1,500 metal tanks. 49 trucks, and how they are doing more, and how it is normal to copy the Mexico model of securing, Cambodia and Mexico model of securing pipelines, and which is what they are doing, and protecting infrastructure with the Niger Delta ex-militants arrangement that they have, and that's what they are doing. Hopefully all of that will reduce what is being lost. But I want to understand very clearly how Nigeria is owing 1.3 trillion naira. That
NNPC. That's scary. Okay. Yeah. So the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, surprised the public servants with his announcement that a pay rise was coming. He said that he's doing this to cushion the effects of inflation, high prices of commodities, and rising cost of living experienced across, the world. So he, gave them this news when he visited the Secretariat at Lausa. I think that was yesterday. And he said they are going to be working hand in hand to see how this can be put into effect. So he also announced 25% salary increment for employees in the core establishment agencies. He said he's going to be working with the head of Service Ministry of Establishment, Training and Pensions, and the State Treasury Office to work out the modalities for this upward review. Workers were really excited. They were jubilating about it. He said now that they are going to be increasing their pay, they are expecting a boost in productivity, and they have to scale up their service delivery. That Lagos is more like a pace setter. They cannot wait for the federal government to do an increase before they do an increase. They are constantly, paying attention to the needs of their workers, and they've seen that it's been a struggle for people to actually move with the inflation that is happening, and so this is coming at the right time for them. They're also going to be increasing their fleet of buses. When he came into administration, they had to increase the fleet of buses to 35 buses that will be taking them from their homes to the office and take them back. So he's making plans to increase them as well. That's good news for Lagos State.
So let me give an update from PDP. So we've been talking about this issue between Governor Wike and Senator ASUU. So the chairman of the Board of Trustees, Adolphus Wabara, alongside other members of the BOT of the People, went to Port Harcourt to visit Governor Wike to even hear his side of the story. According to reports, they were in that meeting for about 5 hours, 4 of which Governor Wike spent explaining his own side of the story. After the meeting, Adolphus Wabara was the chairman of the Board of Trustees, was asked what happened, and he said that at least they were able to get better understanding of where Governor Wike is coming from. And they're going to go back to Abuja and still have a conversation and see how they can resolve it. It's their first time speaking with Governor Wike directly in Port Harcourt, and now they have a better understanding of what his grouse is, and they will still go and meet and see how they can resolve it. But the good thing is that Governor Wike has specifically reiterated that he has absolutely no plans to leave the party. He and his allies will remain in the party, and they are hoping for peace, and that they were more interested in resolving the crisis than leaving the party, which is good news for the PDP.
That's great. Quickly before we go, the Police Service Commission approved the dismissal of 7 senior police officers over their gross misconduct. The commission also approved the reduction in the rank of 10 other officers. The decision was taken during their 15th plenary meeting of the commission, which is expected to end tomorrow. So the dismissed officers are 1 Chief Superintendent of Police CSP, a Superintendent of Police SP, 5 Assistant Superintendents of Police ASPs. The names were not, disclosed, but they are saying that they are going to ensure that they keep doing this to deter officers who go astray and, bring shame to the police.
Okay, moving on quickly to the Punch. 10 billion naira nomination fee scandal. IU chair stormy meeting, orders NWC members probe. 150 persons killed during the Ikoyi prison attack, says witness. NDA convocation, Osinbajo advocates local manufacture of arms and ammunition. Kanu mustn't die in detention, Ozekome writes Buhari. Hoodlums attack APC rally in Ibadan, injure supporters. Abiodun welcomes Amusan with multi-million naira property and 5 million naira. ASUU knocks Ngige over factional groups registration. 3 scientists win Nobel Prize for breakthrough in quantum physics. Okay, story are we starting with?
So the Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo, spoke at the 32nd convocation and the graduation of 69 regular course cadets and postgraduate students of the Nigerian Defense Academy. The statement was titled, Osinbajo to NDA graduates, innovation is critical in tackling security challenges. So he said that with the size and population of the country and the current security challenges, it's very important and has become very imperative to build Nigeria's indigenous national defense capabilities. And he said this will require investing in local capacity to manufacture armament. So they're going to find ways to invest and begin to manufacture our guns and ammunition that will be used to tackle insecurity. And he also, told the NDA graduates that they are right now facing a different country from 10 decades ago. There's a lot that has happened. Technology has moved. So they need to be very proactive. They need to apply critical thinking skills. They need to deploy technology in thinking up solutions on how they can solve the problem of insecurity in Nigeria. Just sort of encourage them.
All right. So go ahead, Nima.
Okay, the Ikoyi prison attack that happened last year. Some years back is still in question now. This happened in 2020, but presently an inquest is happening somewhere on Lagos Island at the magistrate court. And Mr. Christian Akara is supposed to be a witness in this matter. And he stated that 150 persons, no fewer than 150 persons, and it could be more, were shot by armed men who invaded the prisons. He said that at the time he was, volunteering as an English teacher under the Muharram Sisters NGO, and he was also in prison. But when this attack happened, they moved them, and he saw that they were shooting directly at prisoners. But how he would arrive at the total figure, considering that, he didn't handle the bodies, is something that amazed me. But then he stated categorically as a witness in that inquiry going on that 150 persons died. I hope that, the proceedings arrive at something much more believable.
In this life, just be successful at whatever you do, whatever you find doing, just do it well, because that is when you're recognized. Yeah. So the governor of Ogun State has recognized Miss Amusan, who is the world champion, Commonwealth African 100 meters hurdles champion, Oluwatobi Amusan. So she was awarded 5 million naira and a house in Ijebu-Ode. And he said that the stadium, Ijebu-Ode Stadium, he will rehabilitate it, and he has spoken to the Minister of Sports to ensure that they quickly help to complete that stadium, because since she has said she wants to come home, he wants her to come home to come and be training in that stadium. So because of how they must renovate that stadium. And that's also awesome. Welcome other young girls to be able to use that stadium. He's encouraging young girls to be in sports, and that he's also making her the ambassador for sports within the state. So, it's a good thing, but hey, if she didn't become the world champion,
but that's the Nigerian story now. We wait for you to go out there, make it, and then you
now celebrate.
We don't celebrate.
So whatever you're doing, even if it's pure water you're selling,
I'm not in love with that governor. I'm not in love with that governor. I think it's so reactionary. Yes.
Governor Abiodun.
I need him to take more
proactive steps.
But YK definitely needs him to fix that road.
Exactly.
That much I can tell you.
Like
Let's go on a break. When we come back, we continue with our reviews. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
Thanks for staying with us. Moving on now to Vanguard. Strike. ASUU aiding corruption in university, says Buhari. Obi rolls out agenda, vows to retool the governance and secure united Nigeria. Sanwo-Olu approves pay rise for Lagos workers. National Honours authentic list will be out soon, says federal government. Nigeria Air, FG raises alarm, warns Nigerians against fake recruitment websites. Detention, Nnamdi Kanu petitions Buhari seeks political solution. APC rally scores injured as auxiliary alleged attacks on Tinubu following supporters in Ibadan. And over 67% of women in Nigeria are anemic, says UNICEF. Okay, which story are we starting with?
So the nutrition specialist and the Oga at UNICEF says that over 67% of Nigerian women are anemic. This is at the workshop marked the effective management of first 1,000 days window of opportunity for every child, strategic prevention option. And she was saying that the first 9 months of pregnancy and 2 years immediately after pregnancy is extremely important in the life of a child, and that 67% of women in Nigeria are anemic. And for the purpose of childbearing, they will need to build up blood levels, otherwise some will die. This is a fact because, you know, the process of carrying pregnancy through to breastfeeding and all of that, and even to childbirth, involves a lot of blood. And, you know, that process of being a woman entirely, even the monthly cycle, all this cycle thing involves a lot of blood. I am someone that when I give birth, I lose so much blood. And, you know, one of those things that they usually will check while you're pregnant is how well you're doing. So it is of extreme importance for those who don't usually patronize proper hospitals to start to be careful around this, because you just hear, she gave birth and the baby cried and she even spoke to us, but she was sick and then she died. It could be things like this. It's important to use proper medical facilities.
Okay, let me start with the Nnamdi Kanu story. So his lawyer, Mike Ozekome, SAN, urged President Buhari to immediately release unconstitutional, to direct his unconstitutional released from custody of the Department of the DSS, actually. He also said that, that he is a British citizen and that he has undergone the worst treatment in custody. According to the petition, he says that his detention violates all known laws and norms of both international and domestic laws, and that it has also broken all Nigeria's obligations to binding international treaties. He said that President Buhari must correct this long-standing travesty, noting that he had complied with the law until he was brutalized by the police back in 2017. That's what caused him fleeing. So Michael Zekum was insisting that Kanu must not die in detention, that they should release him as soon as possible.
I agree with them. I think the trial should be expedited. I don't know why the trial is taking this long. The adjournments are just too long. It's making unnecessary sense. So yes, jumping bail is criminal. Try him, sentence him, and move on. Let us rest.
So the management of Nigeria Air Limited has raised an alarm over fake websites and links used for advertisement and recruitment of suspecting members of the public. So the Special Assistant Public Affairs to the Minister of Aviation, James Odaudu, in a statement yesterday was advising Nigerians to dismiss any notifications or invitations, noting that such is currently ongoing. They've been receiving messages to that regard. So he advised those who applied for the earlier official advertised positions to get authenticated information from the official website, which is www.nigeriaair.world. www.nigeriaair.world. And he said these so-called agents have created a host of fake websites and links, and they are using it to get submissions of applications from unsuspecting members of the public. So they are saying that for now, they are going to they are not doing any form of tests, any form of interviews, any form of examinations now. If they have to do that, you have to get a letter. A letter will be written to those people who have pre-qualified and met up with the criteria of the B737 requirement, and those ones will be contacted directly. It won't be announced publicly. So Nigerians should be very wary. So
the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has been campaigning in Michigan, United States, talking to Nigerians in diaspora, saying that Nigeria is not bereft of the required human capital, but he will reduce the cost of governance, and also that turning Nigeria around would require sacrifice, but above all, adaptive, transformative, and purposeful leadership that will be imbued with competence, capacity, and credibility to win the elections coming, to lead Nigeria in the coming administration next year. Okay, moving on now to Daily Sun. Wike BOT meeting inconclusive as Atiku flags off campaign October 10th. NNPC posts 674 billion naira profit after tax in 2021. FG slams 30 billion naira suit on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, others over tax. Tinubu won't show medical fitness certificate, says APC. PSC approves dismissal of 7 police officers for misconduct, demotes 10 others. Sanwo-Olu announces pay rise for Lagos civil servants. Explosion rocks Rivers oil wells. And INEC clears 837 candidates for Guba elections. Okay, which story are we starting with?
ACON, the federal government, the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, have sued Meta Platforms Incorporated, owners of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, and their agents, 83 Resources Limited. They say that this suit is not to regulate online or online media space, but the suit is rather, regulate advertising, marketing, communications on online platforms and in line with the established rules. So they are suing them for 30 billion naira, which is supposed to be the costs that they've lost through advertising for businesses related to Nigeria and in Nigeria, and never following the rules, regulations, or the law. According to them, the suit is before the Federal High Court in Abuja, and they are seeking a declaration, among others, that the continued publication and exposure of various advertisements directed at the Nigeria market through Facebook and Instagram platforms by Meta Platforms Incorporated, without ensuring that the same is vetted and approved before exposure, is illegal and is unlawful and a violation of the extant advertising laws in Nigeria. They said that this has led to loss of revenue to the federal government, and they're seeking 30 billion naira sanction on top of their head.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so there was a gentleman, the National Publicity Secretary of the APC, was being asked a question yesterday. That's Mr. Felix Moka, about the health of the candidates of the APC, and he was saying that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is fit as a fiddle. That yes, his body might be old because of his age, but he's actually very fit, and he attends all meetings late into the night. And he's not a medical doctor, but he can definitely assure that he has observed him over several months of late night meetings, and he's as fit as a fiddle. And that the only way he'll be compelled to release his medical certificate is if all the candidates are equally asked to do so. That's the only condition he'll be willing to release his own medical fitness.
So fire explosions rocked an oil field operated by Aeroton Exploration and Production Limited in Akuku Toru, a local government area of Rivers State. The National Oil Spills Detection and Response Agency received a message about the fire incident at 2 oil wells operated by Aeroton Exploration. And it said the incident occurred at Akaso Wells 14 and 40 wellheads on Monday. So they had to get their emergency response team, ART, immediately mobilized to the site. And before this happened, they said they saw an illegal vessel just around that oil well, but the vessel was burnt beyond recognition, and the oil wells too are still on fire. So they had to send out to a vendor. The company has mobilized the vendor to come and, take out the fire. So they are still going to be carrying out a lot of investigations to really ascertain what happened. It could be as a result of oil theft that was going on, and then it exploded.
All right, the Nigerian Tribune. Let's find a story we have not taken. 3-year-old, 5 others die as flood continues to ravage Kogi. Buhari confers integrity award to policeman who rejected $200,000 bribe. PSC dismisses 7 senior officers. Anambra shuts down schools for overflooding. Sanwo-Olu announces salary increment for workers. Peace talks with Wike work in progress, is BOT. And APC to inaugurate campaign council October 10th. All right, which story are we starting?
Okay, quickly. I love that the Tribune has given some sections to the flood in Kogi State. And according to the president of Ibaji Unity Forum, 6 persons, including a 3-year-old, lost their lives. Also, the House of Assembly lost their quarters in Lokoja due to the flood. And he said that the 3-year-old fell into the river and died. And just as he added that the number of victims is low because of majority of the people that can swim in that area, but that is not according to the international news that I took yesterday. He said that most of the people around can swim, and so there were no such loss of lives. But
in a similar story, the governor in Anambra State, also Governor Soludo, has also closed all the schools along the flood-prone areas. He said that it's been shut down until further notice.
There's also reports in the Tribune on the effect of the flood on the rice farms. It is very, very detailed. I think people should read that to understand how this would affect food prices and
across the country.
Following a flood usually is drought, and I hope that we are able to deal with it.
So the divisional police officer of police headquarters at Bompai, Kano, Daniel Ama, was on Tuesday conferred the Public Service Integrity Award by President Muhammadu Buhari. And this was done because he rejected $200,000 that was given to him as bribe to kill a case involving a Bureau de Change operator, one Ali Zaki. And this guy conspired to rob a Nigerian to the tune of $750,000. So he did not only reject the bribe, he also ensured that the suspect was brought to book. So when the president conferred this integrity award to him, he was, admonishing all the other police officers to, take this as a cue to do the right thing at all times. Congratulations to Mr. Ama. We need to celebrate such people.
Okay, that's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we come back, we move on to our next segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja.
Thanks for staying with us. Join us on the show now is Aralola Olamuyiwa, aka Ara the drummer. She's the first female talking drummer on world stage, and she'll be talking to us about the Eco Inspire Me Academy. Welcome to the show.
Welcome. Thank you for having me. Good morning.
So we saw you first, like, is that not Aran? She's not wearing her ensemble. What's going on? Regalia. Is an official? What is going on? What is this Eco Inspire Me Academy about?
Thank you so much. Eco Inspire Me, in summary, is a social change comprehensive program targeted at transforming the lives of the area boys and girls. We call them the good boys and girls. Now, this came about 10 years ago. I had an experience with them in Oshodi. My car broke down. During my interactive session with them, I realized that these guys also want something out of life. These guys, I asked them, I mean, aren't you guys tired of being on the streets? Don't you get arrested? They said, na police go tire. You know, they pick us, they drop us. So I said, okay, what do you look onto in the society that you want to be like? They mentioned celebrities as usual, but one of them stood out. He said he wanted to be like Professor Wole Soyinka. Wow. So I said, Professor Soyinka, why? What do you like about him? What inspires you about him? And he went on to say, Baba man jabo go, Baba man soibo. So I was like, wow. Okay. So I mean, over the years, of course, it was an idea. And I said to myself, if these guys have a platform, they probably will be better citizens of the country. Wow. And they'll probably make our society better. So over the years, I started working on it. I tried, different avenues. I tried getting into government because it's something that is a project that the government must support. You know, we need institutional support for this and all of that. And because it's taking place in Lagos, is why we call it Eco Inspire Me. Actually, it's not a Lagos State project. Tomorrow we might go to Oyo might decide to adopt it and stuff like that. So we came up with it, probably formed now. And but for 5-6 years, I tried getting Lagos State to be part of this, so that, you know, I had a meeting with MC Olomo. I had to go talk to him. We're going to be talking to your guys on the street. We want to transform their lives. MC said to me, "How much they make our win low? Why not? Now, you know." So I said, "Thank you." So we started our documentaries, but I tried to get the attention of Lagos State. I couldn't. So I called somebody when Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu came in. So I called somebody. I said, "I need access to His Excellency." He said, you know, Mr. Governor now. I said, "I never met him." He said, "You did." When they had this event where they brought, I think, Evander Holyfield to the country. He said, "You know the guy that brought you in, that was hailing you, that tagged you, that's Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu." I was like, "You don't mean it." "That's my governor." He said, "Okay, so I'll give you his number, but don't say I gave you." So anyway, I turned into a witch because I would text him 1 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. So after some months, Mr. Governor just called me one Sunday. I was driving out. When I saw the call, I nearly entered gutter. I said, you have well. I park well. I had to receive the call. Said, Ara, you've been trying to get my attention on this. What's this program? Talk to me about it. Anyway, I shall brief Mr. Governor. I said, okay, I'll write to the ministry you want to work with, and I'll tell them to support you. I thought it was a joke because now, people have told me over the years that I tried to make this work. They said Lagos State will never support you.
So do you have Lagos State support now?
I have.
Let us get the meat of this. So
yes.
So tell us exactly what this program is about. How is it organized, and what are the benefits for the people you're working with?
Thank you so much. The benefit. Let me start with the benefit. During our interactive session with them over the years, one thing keeps coming back. They keep saying, "You guys don't care about us." So, and they see themselves as non-stakeholders. If you look at what happened during the NSAS, the stakeholder youths put this together. The non-stakeholder youths, I'll put them, I hijacked it. People started calling me and said, "All right, if you started this your program, this thing will not have happened." We were working based on 4 R's: rehabilitation, reorientation, reintegration, reinforcement, and rebirth. Now, we did some sampling on the street and we saw that they responded well to us. We're going to have our unveiling of this on the 19th of this month at the Ebony Life Place.
Oh, nice.
So it's an unveiling and summit. Stakeholders are coming in. It's time to stop playing the blame game. It's time to come together. And this is my quote, and I say this. If truly we desire change in our society, we must stop addressing or approaching the issues as victims, but as stakeholders. So we're bringing everybody together. What happened 2 years ago may never happen again in the history of this country. We are all to blame. We are all stakeholders. So rather than pointing accusing figures, you are guilty, I'm guilty. Let us all come together and attend to these guys. We're going to have a reality TV show. We're going to be going from local government to local government. We are picking them from the different flashpoints, right? And these flashpoints fall under certain local governments. So why do we work with the local government? Of course, so that they know some of them. They can identify them. Most of them, grassroots. So we have our auditions based on talent, skills, education, sports, and tech.
And you put them in the house?
By the time we do the entire auditions and pick the top 100, we'll have our grand finale. People will vote where we'll pick the final 20 and put them in the house. So
I always tell people that reality show is something that I've worked on reality shows from start to finish. So I practically know every angle of reality show. And I know that it needs funding. It's a fund guzzler.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you need
swallows money.
Are you going to house them? Do you have a sponsor who's funding it? Are you sponsored, or are you seeking for sponsorship at this point?
Definitely, thank you. Speaking for sponsors at this point,
okay.
Yes, and that is why we have the unveiling and summit, bringing stakeholders together. Okay. Any brand that doesn't come on board, we actually feel left out, because these guys, they are the easiest people which you can easily buy their loyalty, you know. And I can tell you for free, they want. One of them said to me, "Can I speak Yoruba?"
Yeah, go ahead.
One of them said to me, "Aroba omolowo nìkan ló máa ṣe nǹkan báyìí fún ni, you know. Àmọ́ kò rí tiwa rò. Àwa náà fẹ́ kẹ́yìn náà máa jáde kẹ́ máa wọlé kọ́kàn yín máa balẹ̀." You understand? So, and they said to me, "Tẹ́ bá lè bá wa ṣe inú wa máa dùn. Ẹ bá wa sọ fún àwọn ìjọba." I'm sorry, I'm speaking too much Yoruba.
Translate. So he says, I thought, you know, these kind of things like reality shows are meant for only the rich. We do not know that you people have time, or you consider us people.
Oh, God.
And so we also want you people to live in peace here, to be able to go and come in peace.
Oh.
Yes.
I can only imagine how difficult this would be to get their attention originally. How easy? Were they very, you know, receptive of you, or were they initially suspicious of you?
Well, by virtue of what I do as a musician, some of them know me. Some of them were not so receptive, but they were like, "No be today, you know, you know, all kinds of things." But over the years, like I said, it's taken about 10 years. We've been able to gain their, you know,
their trust,
and they look up to us.
So after the stakeholders meeting that's happening on the 19th at the One Life, what happened? Could you pick your guys? Is that a launch for the statewide auditions?
Yes, that's a launch for the statewide auditions.
Okay, so you'll be going around after that.
And
how many people are you looking to get?
We're looking to get just 20 to go in the house.
Okay.
Now, let me also add that unlike other reality TV shows, Inspire Me is an academy. that will run for throughout the year. Okay. The reality TV show is just a pointer to create awareness so that once a year we have that reality TV show. Those who cannot be, definitely we can't house everybody, can have access to our academy where they can come in and,
better persons as well.
Yes, and access information on how to become, a better person at the end of the day. So
they get into the house and it's the usual, you have activities, you do a competition, and there'll be evictions, and there'll be a winner at the end. No evictions.
No evictions.
Okay.
You will only be evicted if you break a rule, and that's violence. No. You earn points that translate to money, and the only eviction that we call eviction, but it's not an eviction, is a rebirth. That is, if, for example, you see someone, for instance, and say, I like that guy from Ojuelegba. That is after 2 weeks in the house. That's when that will take place. And that's what we call the rebirth. So don't let me give it out. Watch it, don't worry.
Where do we watch it?
Thank you. We're going to partner with media houses, but it's going to be live on YouTube. Every day.
When does the reality show start itself?
It's going to start by first week in December.
First week in December. So between now and then, you're just going to be auditioning?
Yes. Auditioning and getting everything set, and hoping our sponsors will see this as a CSR project.
Okay.
Yes.
Giving back to society.
Giving back to society. Lagos will be better for us.
Yeah.
More tourist friendly.
Bring these people together.
Yes.
We are one.
Yes. We can't save everybody. But we will be.
Let's start.
Yes. Let's start from somewhere. And the way we are in Nigeria, once somebody starts something, other people will pick it up and try to do things, because we leave everything to government all the time. It's government. Yes, we need government, but we also should bring up ideas that will help government. We are government. You are now a government. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Any other information you want to give to us? You have about 1 minute left.
Okay, now, well, I want to invite you to the unveiling/summit at on the 19th of this month at the Ebony Live Studios, and I want to seize the opportunity to say a very big thank you to His Excellency Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu for allowing us to do this. It shows that he's a governor with a good heart, a governor that has the interests of his people at heart. We say thank you very much.
He's not a governor, sure you know.
Eh?
Babajide Sanwo-Olu.
Oh, I thought I was saying, in my head I was
saying Babajide Sanwo-Olu.
I was saying fashion in my head. I was thinking,
Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Thank you, sir. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is a formula that works. For him to have allowed us to do this. Yeah. People said he won't. People said they won't.
He listens.
But we say thank you,
sir. The Ministry of Tourism is this with you.
About 9 ministries: Ministry of Tourism and Culture, Information and Strategy, Youth and Social Development, Sports, Health, Women Affairs.
So sorted now. They don't want
Can't be judged, not all about judging. They will bring it. They will. No, definitely they will. Mr. Governor have assured us.
When it starts, he will finish it. Don't worry, you'll be all right.
Thank you so much.
Okay, that's all. We wish you the best.
Thank you.
We just hope that indeed you're able to be successful.
Thank you.
We'll see more of this coming forward.
Thank you so much.
That's all we can take on this segment. When we come back, move on to our hot topic of the day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table. doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
Thanks for staying with us. So ASUU is somewhat trending. Why? Because in what looked like a bid to weaken the grip of ASUU, that's the Academic Staff Union of Universities. The federal government registered 2 unions in the university system. The unions are the National Association of Medical and Dental Activities and the Congress of Nigerian University Academies. Joining us now, live from our Abuja studio, is the national coordinator of one of the newly approved bodies, which is the CONUA. His name is Dr. Niyi Sumonu. Welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning. Thank you for having me this morning.
Good to have you on the show. So, the first reaction many had when they heard about CONUA, that's the Congress of University of Academics, was the fact that, is this a way to weaken the grip of ASUU, or is it going to affect the current ASUU strike? What are your thoughts? How do you respond to that?
Thank you very much. I thank you the presentation of the first. As far as we are concerned,
is the volume? Is it on TV that they will hear?
The registration of Congress of University Academics, which was participated yesterday, of our application that was put before government in April 2018. And this didn't come actually. It was as a result of punitive measures, punitive pronouncements of the union we either belong to. That punitive pronouncement included, but not limited, to expulsion. And once the expulsion was done, and a lot of humiliating conditions set on our part, a new union was formed. But that union would not be operated until and unless it has formal recognition by the government. So we immediately applied for that recognition. So as far as we are concerned, we are operating under the freedom granted to us in Section 40 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to freely associate, to organize ourselves as a union. And that is what came to form yesterday, acceding to the request for registration of our union. So as far as we are concerned, we see it more like democratizing academic unionism so that different perspectives can be taken on board so that we can forge some ideas progress into our university.
Okay, sir. Can I go ahead? So I want to understand the timing for this. Do you think this is the time, with ASUU on strike for about 8 months, that this is the right time to be setting up another union? And, you know, what sort of solution do you think this union will be helping ASUU or helping the government get when it comes to education in this time that ASUU is still on strike?
Thank you so much. With regards to timing,
there can never be any good or bad time since we applied since 2018. And I think the best person to respond to that question will be the Ministry of Labor and Employment. So as regards to timing, with respect to what the union will bring on board in terms of helping our universities, our opinion, strongly so, is that we need to evolve a very good method that will not keep students at home for one day while we fight for improvement of our welfare, which is paramount to us, and the improvement of the university environment. And by this, I mean we should start looking for very lofty ideas, opinions, or ways to avoid this strike action.
Okay, sir, I would like to understand, ASUU being such, for ASUU to hold this strike for long, it has the support of most of the lecturers in Nigeria. How much was the population of CONUA when it comes to, lecturers subscribing under it?
Did you hear that? Dr. Sumoni, did you get that?
I actually didn't get that question. I don't know whether you are.
She was asking about the membership of CONUA. How many lecturers? Can you hear me, sir? We're going to break. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communications story.
Come closer. little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View. Thanks for staying with us. We still have Dr. Sumono, who is the National Coordinator for CONUA. And Nima had asked a question concerning the members of CONUA. Could you tell us a bit about that? Who are those? Who are the lecturers that are part of CONUA?
Thank you very much. I will respond to it this way. We were just given our recognition yesterday. I would liken that to giving birth. And a child giving birth to in a day doesn't start crawling, doesn't start walking, jumping in one day. Having said that, I will report that as we've been organizing ourselves in the past, before this recognition was granted yesterday, we've been organizing ourselves as members of CONUA, positioning ourselves for registration. For that, we have membership, even though with different numerical strength, in about 17 universities. And granting us the recognition yesterday, in due course, members will be confident of associating with a registered union, and in due course we announce our membership to the public.
Let me ask a follow-up.
That said, I need to quickly do this. That I just forgot about that. Please go ahead with the question.
I was going to ask a follow-up, saying that how do you plan to compel or to get people to register with your own union, understanding that those members of ASUU are, if I could say, older, experienced. These are people who have been here for years, and ASUU has a sort of a stronghold. So what exactly do you intend to say to be able to sway others to register with your union?
Thank you very much, madam. First and foremost, there's the freedom of association. There is the point of compelling people to join CONUA will not come in. Our ideologies, our modus operandi, our vision about what we want in our universities will naturally endear members to us. And some other programs that we have and the programs that we are doing, if it resonates with members, we make them want to join our union. And that is best, because as long as we are not compelling anybody, forcing anybody to do anything, they naturally come in then. And I need to also correct an impression that CONUA is made up of young lecturers. That is far from the truth. We have members, as we have organized ourselves up till yesterday, and as we're going to continue to do so, we have members across our academic ladder, from the lowest, which is the graduate assistant, to the highest, which is a professor. So it's not the fact that this group comprises of very young lecturers. Even sometimes some people had actually addressed us as being graduate assistants, or even graduate students. But I make bold to say that as we have the youngest in the rung of the ladder with us, we have the peak of the academic profession, which is the professor, among us.
Okay, so I'm worried about a conflict of interest, because some of the members of ASUU, or most of the members of ASUU, will likely be in CONUA. And if there's a time where the unions are supposed to agree. Maybe CONUA disagrees with ASUU. How does that reflect in the system of education? How does that reflect in how the lecturers will decide to go with either CONUA or ASUU? Which one will supersede if peradventure a lecturer is in two of the unions and they are disagreeing on a topic or a subject?
I do not envisage a situation in which one academic will belong to the two. And in fact, we even belong to the three, let's say, because two other academic unions were actually granted recognition, legal recognition yesterday. I do not envisage that. What I envisage is a situation in which there will be issues in the university and each union will look at it from different perspectives. And that is actually allowed because that's one of our callings.
So are you saying a lecturer, sorry sir, are you saying a lecturer in ASUU cannot be a part of CONUA? Is that what you're saying?
I do not envisage a situation in which one academic would belong to two or three academic unions. It has to be one at a go. That's my thinking, that's my interpretation of how this will operate.
Okay, sir. There's a proverb in my language, CONUA is just registered yesterday, and your lecturers, and you know, you're now supposed to be like what I consider it a divide and rule opposition to ASUU. If you're not, please correct me. But if you are, how long do you think it will be before you're addressing the same issues ASUU is addressing today? Which of the issues that ASUU is addressing today do you have the same agreement with them on those stands? And which ones are you divided about? And how long is it before, you know, you start to face government on the same level?
Yeah, thank you very much for that question. CONUA is not going to operate as an antagonist to other unions, not to even mention academic unions. On our universities, we operate in the same working environment. We have the same government to contend with. And there are so many things that bind us together than separate us.
So what's the objective of CONUA in the first place? So what's the objective exactly?
Would be the manner of approach.
Okay.
One of the things that will separate us will be the manner of approach to resolving issues. And that, as I was saying the other time, we're going to approach in such a way that we bring all the issues to the table. And when we bring all the issues into the table, superior argument should prevail.
Okay, I've heard a lot of...
Because it's one of our
callings as academics. Can you hear me? Can't hear me.
One superior argument prevails, unions...
My mic is dead.
...that have other, opinions about it. We just have no choice.
If you meet the attitude of the Minister for Labour at a meeting called between him, ASUU, and federal government by the Speaker of the House of Assembly, that kind of attitude where an appointee of government walks out on Nigerians seated, how would you confront it since you have a different approach?
All right, Okay, we're having technical issues. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we continue with our conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas. It shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Flash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our...
Okay, thanks for staying with us. All right, sir, Dr. Sumono, are you still there? Hello, sir. Dr. Sumono. Hello, sir, are you there?
I can't hear them.
I heard his voice.
Where was he now?
He's there, but he can't hear me. Hello, sir. Maybe he can hear you. Maybe she's something.
Okay, Dr. Sumono, I was asking earlier that, since CONUA has a different approach, that you're not necessarily disagreeing with ASUU's issues, but that you think approach is the issue here. What would be your approach to a minister and appointee of government staging a walkout at a peace meeting between CONUA and federal government, like the one that that happened 3 days ago, between the Minister for Labour, ASUU, and the Speaker of the House of Assembly? The House of Reps, sorry.
I don't think he heard you.
Since he's not there, did you see that walkout?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, so the Speaker of the House of Reps,
invited
ASUU
that meeting.
And of course, as expected, there will be clashes, there will be disagreement over certain issues. But as I was watching, shock catch me when that minister, who I wonder who appointed him, and how we don't have sense of. There's this sense of belonging. When you are in an office, it's not your village council meeting. It's not your elders family meeting where somebody has to respect you. I don't know whether you understand it. Even if the person is lying, at family meeting safe, you get as go fit to vex. But this is the second time. It was the Minister for Education the other time who walked out on NANS and members of Nigerian Association of Nigerian Students. And now, the Minister for Labour. I couldn't wonder what approach would ASUU have done. I encourage, celebrate the boldness of the ASUU president. In fact,
maybe a double approach.
Let me talk. Alhaji Subar, are you there? Hello, Alhaji Subar, are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I was trying to conclude my thoughts on the question raised the other side. So,
DC asked the question, which the man does not, explain very well. He has demanded, is it the right time?
That perspective. And that is what the registration of new academic union is. And as long as we have opportunity to interrogate issues.
Okay, I think we have to move this topic for another day because this is an important conversation to have. And we're having a bit of technical issues. So I'm going to go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll take on another hot topic and then we'll bring in our guest later. So we'll talk about ASUU some other day because we need to know the objectives of CONUA, how they are different. Not that they just only come with a different approach to solutions. If you have the same problems, why can't we then have ASUU to prefer other options of solution? But We'll find out exactly what CONUA stands for, what they want to do, and how they plan to get members. That'll be our conversation another day. Let's go on a break. When we come back, move on to our hot topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table.
Thanks for staying with us. So a few days ago, the EFCC made a post that they had arrested 95 suspected internet fraudsters in Delta State, and they were displayed alongside some of the various items that was found with them. But that wasn't the story. The real story was the fact that after the arrest, some young ladies calling themselves girlfriends of these men who were arrested said that they started a protest saying that they should free their boyfriends. EFCC should free their boyfriends, and they now came up with posters and making a lot of noise on social media. And this could be laughable, but it's also begs for some conversation around our values, who we are as a people, what's priority to us, and how do we begin to help ourselves when we are faced with these kinds of situations, when young people will be protesting that criminals shouldn't be arrested for the wrong they have done. What are your thoughts on this? You can call us on the numbers on your screen, And you can also reach us on Twitter, YourView at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. Once they run the numbers, then you can call. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just scared.
What are your thoughts on this?
For the times that we're in, the kind of things that are possible now. In fact, the kind of things that are happening now, maybe possible again, that are happening now, is scary, you know. Those days you would see a young girl whose boyfriend carried a fro, walk around explaining herself. The one whose boyfriend had dreads, walk around. In fact, you cannot smoke and toast me those days. I will not even listen and be my friend. You cannot be in the same setting. So now it's normal to date a fraudster. It's normal to, in fact, it's boldness for you to show up and say, free them, or they're the ones keeping us, and, you know, associate with criminality. And we are no longer ashamed, self. We put it in ourselves, in our faces, and normalize abuse. So I'm wondering, what would the next generation be like? Just yesterday, I was driving past a place. I said the largest number of our youth are the ones hanging around the roads, jobless, just sitting idle. An economy that will grow has their hands in the work.
Workforce.
Work first, but at this generation, we are collecting money. We are not growing. We are not doing anything. And that's the reality. If you go round, hardly would you see the largest number idle.
Sitting idle, yeah.
So the girlfriend too, your picking papa, because most of them are picking papa, your picking papa not get work. But you're okay. As the both of you wake up, sleep, wake up every day. You no get. Papa, picking papa no get. Then they raise the picking. What will you tell the picking to do? You will push that child out, like some shameless mothers that say, your mates are already giving their mothers money, go and give him money. Wow. So you find young girls working hard.
This is something, what
is a terrible narrative.
Omar said recently, like the shamelessness that we have sometimes work for us, because then you have nothing to fear because you don't get shame again. That's what we are seeing here.
No, what she said
this is not the kind of shame.
The shame she said shamelessness that we have has made some things open. The things that some people will shame and hide before, they are coming out with their to say they are
a different kind of shame.
But
this is shamelessness in the sense that people have no sense of who they are anymore.
No sense of identity. This is the shame of Ekwensu. So what got to me was some of the comments, you know, on that post.
I didn't even read the comments.
Yeah, one person said, EFCC operatives are doing the right to the wrong people. Arresting internet fraudsters is good, but they should focus on their leaders that are freely stealing our money. Misplaced priority is bias. Another person said, if this generation is like this, waiting will happen to the other generation to come. Another said, can you see how irresponsible the mindset of certain individuals in this country is? Next, we'll start hearing from sympathizers of armed robbers and kidnappers. Another person said, everybody hates Yahoo boys online, but love them offline. One more person said, what kind of madness is this, for Christ's sake? Is this a joke or what? No way someone is openly justifying crime just because it favors them. This is absolutely wrong. So over the years, we are beginning to decline into, once it favors me, it's okay. Everybody. Once it's to my favor, it's okay. We can make excuses for it. After all, now who they catch with thief? After all, your president is a thief. After all, your governor is a thief. We have begun to decline to that point where crime is permitted as long as you are benefiting from it. And it's a very dangerous line to cross, because most young people right now are already there. Growing up, you will come home with slippers that your parents did not buy. They will beat you to return it. Where did you get this from? But now, you come home with anything, bring gifts home, nobody's asking questions. As long as it benefits me, I will turn a blind eye to crime and criminality. We need to do more as parents. I particularly have issues with young girls who are dating young men, and then all their life's responsibilities are put on the young men. They are not your parents. Parents should take care of their children well enough so that they don't become burdens. When we used to have boyfriend and girlfriend at the time, you don't go collecting taxi fare when you go and visit. You don't go asking for money to buy hair. We don't do all of that. And relationships were built based on, I know you, you know me, I understand you, you understand me. Are we good enough? Are we friends? And we move on. But right now, there's always bill on the table before any conversation is heard. You have Parents who don't care about the whereabouts of their children, who don't care how these kids are taking care of themselves. You come home, you see different things, you're not asking questions. And then they carry that burden and put on the young boys. Now the young boys are under so much pressure to deliver so that they can get these girls, and they're getting into crime.
I'm not even assuming that their parents involved. There are many of these people that don't have parents. There are many of these people that are homeless.
All of them don't have parents.
There are many of these people that actually have been thrown out since they were kids. I've heard stories of people where maybe their father died, they didn't have anything, they have stepmother issues, they've been living on the streets when they were 8 years old. So they grew up by themselves. So it is that's the life they know, and that's what ARA is coming to try to see what they can do to give those kind of people another opportunity.
No, this one not be street girls.
This one,
you see those girls?
I'm getting somewhere.
Not be street.
The point is that the point I'm trying to make is that there are some people who have, like, you can't judge their experiences to say, oh, your parents are not putting you right. Not everybody has a parent.
I agree with you. I'm just saying that the
ones that have
majority of these ones, now academy they for Benin and data, they choose. So they call it hustle. Hustle. They are in this. They choose criminality. They choose it as, you know. Some will say white men took our ancestors as slaves. We are taking back our rights. Stole our.
That's the mindset.
Do you know that every time EFCC raids, there's an association of Yahoo mothers, association of Yahoo girlfriends,
yes,
all forms of association. So some people are benefiting from the ways, the criminality of these people, and they are justifying that continue. Fathers are now taking their kids to one academic convocation in Benin the other day was trending, shock catching, and they put laptop everywhere. The person that is the founder of the association was celebrating, and somebody made a video, and they put, why we normalize these things? If we were even doing it in the past, it would be secret. It's popular.
Deadly.
I'm putting it in mindset of, I beat Silly in my daughter's body the day before yesterday, just because she loves the company of one girl that is a bit older than she is, and she will do anything to escape the house to go there. And so she just took off her thread. I said her hair was scratching, and so she could go to the salon and went to sit with that girl. I have not finished addressing the matter because I called school. Her hair is not made, I did not help her. And that she came with an unkempt hair so that they will deal with that one as well. And I continue to deal at home. Because now we have so much in our hands. You don't know what, these were simple things. I did such things to my mom. These were simple things in those days that you know. But these days, if you are not careful, your children will be telling you, Mommy, but it's normal. It's okay. Everybody is doing it. May God help us raise children.
But interestingly, you know, I know that there was a time where there were all these documentaries about victims of these internet fraudsters, and those very emotional videos were able to reach out. Many people realize that they are victims. There are faces behind these things.
Yes.
There are people who are actually suffering from this act. But maybe we need to do more of that.
Yes,
because all we see is the glitz and glamour from our end. But some of us, we need to see that our own people too are affected. Would even change their mindset? Would that change their mindset?
Whether you have most people have a victim consciousness, and that's because they do not understand who they are at their very core, okay? Now, whether you have a victim consciousness or not, there's always a choice placed before you. What the Almighty Creator did for all of us is that He did not take that choice away. So, no matter how difficult the situation is, there's always a choice placed before you. And people decide to either take this road or that road. I had a far relation who the parents sent to school. He's a graduate of French. He's doing Yahoo. That is the choice that he decided to pick because he felt he could not work for anybody. That's his mindset. After all these people have stolen from us, it's time to take kids back. That is a graduate from a university. That's the choice. So, making excuse, I have seen people, I told you people one time in the university where there was this particular girl who was sending money home. What did she do? She started making hair. We will queue up in her room because her braids were excellent. We will book for weeks to get a slot for her to make our hair. She was training herself in school. She was taking care of her younger siblings. She was sending money to her parents. She came from a poor background. They scrambled the money. That's the point. So the choices were, she could have decided to be doing runs. After all, there were girls that were doing runs in the school.
And it's quicker money.
And it's sharp money, easy money.
You know, it's not
to open leg.
You know,
easy money.
You know,
it's
quick.
Quick, I be noisy. I don't know that part. But however, she decided to go through the place of work. She saw value in her work. And her work took her far.
And her work is easy money.
Whether they abandoned you, you did not see food to eat, you did not do this, you will always have a choice before you. Can we choose right?
It's easy
Can
money.
we raise people to choose right?
Money that comes with a clear conscience. You do your hard work, you get your money. These people, Mora was trying to make the point of, if you see the person whose money you fleeced, the state they are in. So you should spend more money on awareness and orientation.
Some die.
Interviewing those who are making reports.
Yeah.
Those whose monies have been fleeced.
Some of them die.
Some of them.
Yes, some of them they worked all their life.
Somebody's gratuity
you just
that is planning to lose the rest of his life on, you fleece it. You and your boys now go to club. And somebody worked 35 years for that money. In 3 months, max, it will stay. People are balling and buying baskets.
We have to wrap up on this, I think, because we just had to say, have this topic just to bring a bit of awareness to the fact that there are people amongst us who are celebrating they're complaining that their boyfriends were arrested. It sounds bizarre. Sounds really laughable, but that's the reality of our society today. Unfortunately, we just hope indeed that we can have more of our religious bodies, institutions, community, do more on how we reorientate the minds of young people and keep them engaged. Hopefully, they won't have time to do these kind of unnecessary acts.
They should.
Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll bring in our guests. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners.
Thanks for staying with us. So our guest is a farmer, although she's a trained accountant, but has been in the agricultural sector for at least 15 years. After sojourning outside the country for a number of years, she returned to Nigeria with her husband to establish their farms. Welcome with us, Dr. and Mrs. Moji David. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
So we like to talk to women who are doing different things in different sectors once in a while, just to celebrate the work you do. And tell us a bit about yourself, your story, how you became a farmer, how it started, and tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us this morning. Farming, like the introduction said, we were out of the country together with my husband. And we had the leading, to come back to Nigeria and go into agriculture. Of course, at first I didn't like that idea because, coming to Nigeria is one thing, then coming into agriculture is really a big deal. And you know, it comes with a lot of challenges. It's such a challenging business. But we thank God, at least in the past 15 years, we've been able to, you know, pull it through. But the kind of farming we do is not just farming, it's value adding. Because we try to relate agriculture with health. Because anytime you can have something organic, free of any chemicals, so it will be able to deliver all the necessary nutrients and vitamins as designed by God himself. So you're not just eating food so that your tummy can be filled. You're actually eating so that you can maintain a healthy lifestyle and then live a very good life. So we've been doing that for over 15 years now. We have membership cut across about 14 nations at the moment, and we really thank God for what is doing.
So if I understand what you mean, beyond tilling the soil, planting, and just harvesting and marketing, you focus on particular kinds of plants, or what exactly would, you know, healthy family?
Yeah, basically we are into staple foods, your everyday food, but minus chemicals. You understand? Your everyday, your rice, your beans, your oils, your vegetables, you know. And then we also have some plants, you know, there are some plants that comes from the farms that if you're able to stay on them, at the end of the day, it ends up correcting any kind of health issues that you have, because they are void of chemicals. Yeah.
So how affordable are these?
Very, very
food
affordable.
Without chemicals, because
yeah.
the chemical ahead, do you produce in mass?
Yeah, we produce in mass. I just told you we have membership over 100,000.
You have to be a member to purchase?
We are focusing much more on our members, though you don't need to be a member to purchase. The reason is that we are building a community of people who understand what we mean by healthy living by food. You know, it's not the norm around here. You believe, you know, if you have to live healthy, you have to stay on supplements, you have to do this, you know. So we let people understand the value of eating healthy. So you don't just come by it and just think, oh, this is just ordinary food.
Okay, so wait, because this is not a marketing show. It's just
I just wanted to have an idea.
I need to know, you see, one of the reasons why I wanted to be inspirational is because we need to even know why you started. We don't want to, God just did it and we 15 years, thank God for 15 years. No, but we want to know the journey, because a lot of people are there in their houses, they're thinking, I want to start something. I want to go into farming. I've been hearing about farming. Do you get a loan? Do you buy a house? Do you sell your car? Do you go to the farm to beg somebody in Ibadan to give you? I mean, what exactly is the process, so that we don't just say, oh, God did it 15 years and I'm doing well?
Okay, so I always like to talk about the challenges, because that's the most interesting part of the journey.
Yeah.
You know, coming back into Nigeria, and you have to even purchase your lands, and they're being contested, even though you have your papers. And they're like, no, even though you've paid for the land, it's still a big deal to work on the farmland. Then another challenge we really had starting up was getting laborers to work on your farm. You know, everybody here now is planning to send their children. Yahoo is the option. Okay, I could even say maybe Yahoo is for the bigger boys, but even in the grassroots, like where we have our farms, you see, they prefer to be Okada riders. You know, they prefer to be Okada riders because they can have money on a daily basis. And
quick money.
So, how do you get people to work on your farm? Another challenge is, after going through all the hurdles, how do you get to market your produce? Now, we have a very big challenge in Nigeria, which is the presence of interlopers. You never get any product from the farm coming straight to the tables of the consumers. It has to go through one, you know, and that hikes the price of the products. It will be so shocking to you to know that the price of 1 tuber of yam you're buying in the market today for 1,500 left the farm for about 400 or 500.
Yes, it's
2,000 naira per tuber. Yeah. It will shock you to know that from the farm it's less than 500.
Wow.
So just a basket of tomatoes at 25,000, 30,000 left the farm for less than 8,000 naira.
Can come to your farm to carry it.
Yeah. So we said no, we are not going to do that, because we actually face challenges, you know, finishing our products. Like the first thing we did was Gary. And we went around, we wanted to see how they were making Gary in Nigeria, and we saw that it was a big mess, you know. so dirty, so
So you're processing different from that regular Gary?
Really different.
Industrialized.
Really different. Really different.
Industrialized.
Not too industrialized, because when it's too industrialized, the taste
changes.
You will know that this one is not
the
kind of Gary we want. You know, so but when you come into a factory that you're producing Gary and everywhere is tiled, you know, there's this normal sack when you grind your cassava, you put it in the sack for fermentation. They are neat. You use it just one time and it's done. Unlike the normal practice you have outside, they reuse and all that.
So there's a comment on YouTube that says you look like a model to be a farmer. You look too fly to be a farmer. And there are young people out there who do not want to get their hands dirty. They want that fly, come sit down, speak English. Biko, what advice would you give to them on how they can become farmers and slay like you?
Okay, so it's one of the things we do at Extra Large Farms. We are trying to wear a new apparel for agriculture in Nigeria, because normally people don't, oh, you're a farmer. People don't even want to be addressed as farmers, you know. I love to be, I'm a doctor, but I still want to be addressed as farmer. Please put the farmer in my name, you know, because it encourages the younger ones. And that's what we do. We invite people for excursion at our farms. You can come for a family retreat. You can come for a weekend treat at our farm. You know, we want you to love agriculture. We want you to see the way we're doing it. And then when you see it as a thing of joy, not like a dirty business or profession, you will want to do that. So for the younger ones who are coming in now, the bottom line is you will still have to get dirty. Don't mind me looking like this.
You're not in
not all the time, but when you have to get dirty, you have to get dirty. And when after your normal,
you slay out.
Yeah, so so it's a thing of pride. Farming is pride.
Wow. But you were trained as an accountant. I wanted to see, was there something in your background, or was there a need that you felt was more patriotic to? What pushed you exactly into farming?
So, I would say it's a passion I learned from childhood, because I remember back in the days, my father, we had a 3-story building, and at the roof of our building, you know, we had a rabbit tree there. So my father would just raise rabbits. So we grew up to love seeing animals grow. You know, we had rams, you know, this Ilea ram, you know. So I grew up saying that, even though I never wanted to be that, I really wanted, in fact, I was looking out to be the next CBN governor of Nigeria, you know. So, but as fate will have it, I ended up marrying a farmer.
Wow.
So it just clicked. And I love to talk about healthy living. I love to talk about, you know, stay off chemicals.
Let's focus on that a bit. So healthy living, we buy a lot of things. How are we able to differentiate what is chemically induced and one that is organic from the market?
Unfortunately, you will not know until you have a taste. I remember one day we have an office at Allen Avenue, Ikeja. So I was hungry. I have this discipline. I don't want to take anything until I've taken something fresh. So I was very hungry that day, and I sent somebody to buy me some cucumbers. Oh my God, when I tasted it, it was like alum. You know alum? It was so sharp.
Oh, yeah, I get those tastes too.
So until you tasted the organic, you will not know. You will be celebrating the rubbish you're eating until you come across the real one. I was fortunate to be in one of our farm locations. We were just traveling around to see what exactly happens around. And there was this place they were producing palm oil. Oh, I've not come out of it since. It's been many years now. And they had, for every 200 liters of palm oil they wanted to produce, they had just 50 liters original palm oil. And then they add water. They add shea butter. They had shea butter. They had the pork, the fat from the pork. So they were boiling it
together.
They had the corn, you call it ogi in Yoruba. They had that one. And then they were cooking everything together. You know, we had to relate so that they wouldn't feel embarrassed. We had to relate, okay, what exactly are you doing? And they had to put a very strong binding chemical to make it bind so that the water and the palm oil and everything would not scatter like that. And guess what the chemical was? Hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah, peroxide, that's dangerous.
That's dangerous.
You
know, and then they had this red ink. We kind of use that kind of chemical for marking our cattle at the farm because we're also into cattle farming. So when you mark your cattle with that kind of ink, it stays for
a long time,
as long as the cattle is alive, and they're putting everything together. So that gives me more push.
Because there are cucumbers you taste and they're very horrible. And I'm thinking maybe it's just this batch.
No,
Greed will not
there
kill
are some, you know, at the tip it will be so bitter. You know,
yes,
too much of fertilizers. You see, you buy yam, you're peeling your yam, it's turning red immediately. You're trying to eat.
That's bad.
Too much of chemicals.
You're kidding me.
Too much of chemicals. You go to the shelf, you want to buy a food product, and it has 2 years expiry. That's wrong.
Their justification.
Aren't you supposed to have government officials, you know, following up, monitoring?
No, government officials cannot go and regulate anything in the market.
Yeah.
Hi.
You only have branded products, you know, packaged
they
products.
go through NAFDAC.
And I think NAFDAC is really trying their best on that. But they can't go to the market and start saying, oh, we want to...
We should take the responsibility of making sure that we produce only the right things.
Yeah, it comes back from the producer.
But is it cheaper?
Yes, is that, you know, they grow more so they can feed, you know, the population is growing. And to meet the needs, you need to fertilize, you need to, you know, I don't agree on the cutting corners.
Fertilizing is
how do you then, you know, meet the need with your kind of farming?
Like I said, we have a dream of, you know, meeting the needs of our community first.
But how do you get numbers? How do you increase your own yield?
Oh, because we are increasing our farms every day, and we have participation, we have collaborations and partnerships from
other farms,
from people. So we work together, we train, we understand that this is what we want to achieve. We go to the extent of going on some trainings abroad to ensure that this is what we're doing. So we all have a common goal.
You mentor young people?
Yeah, we mentor young people. I just told you we open our farm up for excursions. We take people off on internships, you know, to learn about. And don't forget, it's not just about farming. After farming, what happens? Because the produce could actually be coming from the farm, organic, natural. But in the process of packaging them, then you begin to add preservatives, colorings, and flavors and all that, jeopardizing people's health. What's the mortality rate in Nigeria? What's the life expectancy in Nigeria today? They said 45. Why? Food.
Interesting. But I mean, we're happy to have you because you've been able to inspire a lot of people out there who would like to enter farming, but they are scared. Was starts off very expensive? I mean, for you coming in from abroad, so you probably have saved up plenty dollars and pounds.
No,
for somebody who was
almost everything we came in with.
Right.
Yeah.
So you started from scratch.
So it's like starting again from scratch. I told you the first cassava we produced, very fine. As a matter of fact, we call it as fine Gary because it's so fine, so pure, no sand, no dirt and everything. But it was a problem selling. You get to the market and they're like, who is this one speaking English? What did you bring here? That's not how it operates. It's a very
formal market.
Yeah. So there are shenanigans you have to respect in the market.
Your Gary is still fine, no?
It's the finest you've ever
I'm
met.
sure you say that. All right, but thank you so much, Dr. Muji, for coming and sharing your story with us.
Thank you so much.
That's all we can take on the show today. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's Your View. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.